champion. And then work it out. Grind, work, train all day, every day. Stop making excuses. Champions make adjustments, not excuses. Every time you justify being average, you're inviting the enemy. Mediocrity is a dream killer. Your coach, your trainer, your teacher, your boss is not the problem. It's your consistency. You gotta make a decision. How bad do you want it? Average is on the left. Success is on the right. You gotta choose which one you want. A champion's workout doesn't officially begin until pain arrives. You see, greatness is right on the other side of pain. So what are you running from it for? You say you want to be successful, then push through it. Stop making excuses and go get it. Very few battles are won under ideal circumstances. So you gotta simulate and practice the unknown so that the unexpected will not derail you. Every morning when you get up, ask yourself, how can I put myself in a place where I'll be uncomfortable? So you have to master the unknown. You gotta master your fears. You gotta master the unexpected. So when it happens, you are prepared. Champions can push through and keep going when everyone else around them is quitting. They have immersed themselves in pain so often that they have become immune to it. Greatness is on the other side of pain. Go get it. The more you expose yourself to pain, the more comfortable you will become in its presence. A champion's workout doesn't officially start until pain arrives. Everything else is just a warm-up. A boxer can be the best technician in the world. When he gets in the ring and the first time he gets hit, he falls apart. He's not going to be a champion, I tell you that. See, in life is just like that with us. We're good until we get hit in the face. But what separates champions from the rest is when they get hit, they keep coming. When you hit them a second time, they get stronger. And by the third time that life hits you, and you're still standing, the ground will know there's a champion in the ring. How bad?
Yes, sir. I like that. You know what that tells me? There's not a circumstance nor situation that can stop you. Period. Thank you for getting that together for us. Hey, you guys photograph some magazines real quick. How you doing, sir? There's not a circumstance or situation on this planet or in this planet or whatever you want to call it that can stop you from accomplishing your goal. Not a price of a house or anything like that. Because trust me, when you push it to the max and you keep developing yourself to become the person you were created to be, all will be provided to you. All will be provided. Y'all ready to roll? Let's go over our assessment, then we're going to jump on in.
Let's go. This is like 2 grades. I like to. Yeah,
Alright, we're going to make this quick. Number 1, y'all ready?
Yeah.
The answer to number 1 is C.
Okay.
Conversation should be balanced, two-way flow of dialogue. How many had C? That's correct. And if you had the wrong answer, check it. Answer to number 2 is B. It's good to initiate the introduction and introduce yourself with a handshake and a smile. I won't go into the rest, but it's good to do that. Practice that. Because oftentimes people may not walk up to you, but when you're going after what you want in this world, you walk up to them. Alright? Number 3, the answer is A. It's good to initiate conversations with small talk. Topics to warm up the conversation might include chatting about the weather, news, interests, or impressions about current activity. Alright, the answer to number 4 is A. It's good to call people by their name whenever possible. Why is that? So a technique that they use, and you're supposed to see it right here. So here's a technique. Repeat the person's name. Repeat the person, excuse me. After the person tells you his or her name, immediately use it several times in a conversation. So if you come up to me and say, hi, my name is Shannon, it's good to meet you, Shannon. And another thing, Shannon, I was thinking about this thing right here. What do you think about that, Shannon? You get what I'm saying? You're constantly saying the person's name. So integrate their name into the conversation. So whatever the small talk is, instead of just starting it from the beginning, start with the person, starting a sentence from the beginning, start with their name. Does that make sense?
Got it.
Got it. All right. The answer to number 5 is A. Regular use of these courtesy words and phrases is important to show politeness and build rapport. Right? Number 7. The answer is A. Eye contact. Making eye contact is important. Get this right here, but this is interesting. It says making eye contact. Number 6? Oh, I'm sorry. The answer to number 6 is C.
Okay.
Smiling and greeting people at the appropriate times greatly helps build rapport. Thank you for stopping. Number 7 is A. Making eye contact is important for building rapport. It gives the impression you're interested and engaged in the conversation, and you have good self-confidence. A person that don't make eye contact is a clear indication that they lack self-confidence. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No.
No, it doesn't? Yeah. That's the impression. Then we talked about the impression or the interpretation that others pick up. That's the impression. So if you're talking to somebody, they're looking down, they're looking everywhere, but at the person,
I know why people stare at me like hella in my mouth, like when I'm talking.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Eye contact should include frequent breaks to avoid staring. It can make others feel uncomfortable. And that's true. You don't supposed to just stare at a person, you know what I'm saying? Keep looking. That's normal breaks. That's weird. But you definitely want to have breaks where you look away and then you look back, especially when you're talking to an employer or you're talking to somebody that's important, because they want to actually see that eye contact because it helps them to feel or get this understanding that you are what you say you are. Does that make sense? Answer to number 8 is B. Occasionally nodding your head to indicate you agree or understand helps build rapport. Number 9 is B. Your arm's length is appropriate distance. So we said, while conversing, stand 2 to 3 feet away. That is important. Why is shorter a problem?
It's in my space.
There you go. It makes people feel totally uncomfortable, right? You gotta have permission to come in that space. If you don't have permission, you're not supposed to be in there. The answer to number 10 is B. Communicating at eye level helps build rapport. So we said sitting while they're sitting, right? What happens when somebody leaning over you while you're talking to them?
That is really
Yeah, it does, right? And Lord forbid they start getting sassy at the lip a little bit, right? And next thing you know, you're ready to stand up. You know where I'm coming from? Because you don't want to get caught at this disadvantage. The answer to number 11 is C. It's best to bring the conversation to an end by making polite closing comments or gestures.
Wait, what?
It's best. Remember what we talked about number 11? How to end a conversation? So the answer is C to number 11. It's best to bring the conversation to an end by making a polite closing comment or gesture. So you're wrapping up by, you're saying some things like, I've enjoyed talking to you. That's letting them know that, hey, I'm out of here, right?
Right.
Number 12. The answer to number 12 is A. It's best to say nothing. Don't tell somebody fat. I noticed that you changed.
That's rude.
You know what I'm saying? Not only is it rude, you could possibly get written up for that.
They know it.
Yeah, you could possibly get written up. Real. That's like when somebody say, hey, I didn't know you were pregnant and the person's just fat. You need all
That's like
fat,
that.
but hey. Excuse me. That was a bad choice of words. My apologies. Yeah, but you want to be careful with that. Number 13. The answer is C. Leaning slightly forward and facing the speaker shows you're interested and it helps build rapport. Right? But like I said, that goes back to the speaker. Good. Put your name on the top. I need a copy of it. Thank you. Kindly, can you please pass that up to the front?
Can I get a paper sign?
Yes, sir. You can sign in
That's
right
cheating.
here.
You left out all the answers. Now you.
Nah, I'm letting you.
I'm just fucking.
Here is the assessment we just went over. My apologies, sir. So basically with that assessment, all you're actually going to do is just read over the 3 and mark the one that best describes how you communicate exactly yourself. All right. So we have red. Who wants red?
Oh, what? We get one of them?
Red.
Yeah, because see, I told him white is woman.
I have.
And I just told Shannon she was extra.
Want green?
I'm sorry, Shannon.
Yeah, I got green. Yeah, you seen it too. I got green. Who else wants green? I have yellow and blue. Green, yellow, blue.
I take blue.
You'll take blue.
Oh, Jesus.
There you go.
I'll take yellow.
You take yellow.
Oh, these not the,
Say it again?
You want to put it on the paper? You want to put
Yeah,
it on the
basically
paper?
what it is that you just read over all 3 and then you just mark the one that best describes you.
so don't worry about the question.
Correct, yes.
Are you
All
stealing
right.
that when you stealing?
So, did you guys put the rest of magazines?
No, we can share. No, we can share. Here, put this here. Put the glue on there. Here, I want you to put it on the paper.
It's some gold, baby. Okay, let me show you guys mine. While you're doing that.
Here, put it on the paper. Look. Put it on the paper. Here. Put it on the paper.
It's a
Put it on the paper and then put that on there.
Alright, here's mine right here. That's what I look at every day of my life. So this is like right above, if you look, you can possibly see my hands in the mirror right there. This is above my wall. This is what I keep up. I'm a car person, I love cars. You know what I'm saying? My belief is that if they made it, I should have it. Point blank. I'm not living any kind of place. I'm not driving anything. I don't do it. I drove buckets in my life. I'm not going back. Point blank. Not. So as you can see, I got the Rolls Royce up here. I got the Bentley up here. I got the yacht. I have the Navigator, the Escalade, the Aston Martin, the Mercedes. My wife loved the Range Rover. I got the Maybach up there. I'm a lover of Jags. That's my next car. This is gonna be the Caddy and the Jag. Is what I'm getting, and then also have a Mercedes Benz, the S650, the X600. They actually came out with the S650. And that thing is nice. And then I have the world here. I have God in the middle, of course, the center of our world. I have family, health, friends, relationship with God, finance, got to get that money right, and faith. This right here is my 2 houses that I want. I want the house, the everyday house, and I want the summer house. This is my audience right here while I'm pushing my program in a major way. This is my team right here. We all hands in getting it. And this is the office building. This is how I want to look. Get the abs right? You know, I'm good with the shoulders and everything, but the abs tend to give me a little trouble. That's what I'm working on. And the private jet. Whatever you believe, you're going to have in this world, so you might as well believe big. Y'all find some pictures? Did you guys want to do a vision board? We got 2 colors left. You know what we can do? Okay, cool. That's perfect. Alright, grab some of these magazines. Find some pictures. You guys know this right here?
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one right here. Here go Essence. We're gonna find you some stuff that you want to achieve with your life, whether it's cars, houses, whatever it is. I don't know, you can put them up on your board.
Yes, baby.